Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Let us take a closer look at one of the stories that has received a lot of attention across South Sudan and on social media in recent days. The recent visit by Public Service and Human Resources Development Minister Ezekiel to Maiwut and Longshu counties has created a strong political discussion. Many people welcome his visit while others criticize both his message and his promises. As the debate continues, one thing is clear: South Sudan citizens are paying close attention to what their leader said and what they do. Well, during his visit, the minister met local residents, community leaders, youth, women, and government officials. Ezekiel spoke about development, peace, education, healthcare, farming, and the future of the country. One of his main messages was that people who fled to refugee camp in Ethiopia should return home if security conditions improved. He said he hoped no more life from the Gaja community will be lost because of violence. For many families who have spent years living as refugees, these words may have sounded hopeful. Thousands of South Sudanese continue to live outside the country because of conflict, insecurity, and economic hardship. However, not everyone accepted the minister's message. Some critics questioned whether the government has done enough to make returning home safe. They argue that many communities still face insecurity, poor road conditions, limited health services, and shortage of schools. Others said people will only return home when they believe peace is lasting and basic services are available. Another topic that attracted attention was the minister promise to improve public services. He spoke about plan for new projects, including the construction of a school and hospital in Maiwut County. Well, development is one of the biggest needs across many parts of South Sudan. Many communities continue to struggle with a lack of hospitals, clean water, electricity, and equality education. Residents naturally want to hear about projects that can improve their daily life. Still, some observers questioned whether these promises should be would become reality. They pointed out that South Sudan has seen many development announcements over the years that have taken a long time to begin or were never completed. Because of this story, many citizens now judge leaders not only by their speeches, but also by their actions. Political analysts often say that public trust grows when promises are followed by visible results. And this is one reason why many South Sudanese continue to ask for greater accountability from public officials. Another issue discussed during the minister's visit was agriculture. He encouraged people to grow more food and to plant fruit trees such as mangoes and avocados. Agriculture has long been considered one of South Sudan's greatest opportunities. The country has large areas of fertile of land, many rivers, and climate that can support different crops, but they are not used. Yet, much of the food sold in local market is imported from neighboring countries. Experts believe that increasing local food production could improve food security, create jobs, and reduce dependence on import. Many citizens agree that encouraging farming is a positive idea. However, they also note that farmers need more than advice. They need better roads to transport their product. They need access to quality seed. They need farming equipment. They need storage facilities. They also need stable security so they can work on their farm without fear. Well, without these conditions, many people believe it will remain difficult for agriculture to reach its full potential. The minister also spoke about the upcoming election expected later this year. He encouraged support for President Salva Kiir Mayardit during the election period. His comment quickly became one of the most discussed parts of his speech. Supporters view his statement as normal political campaigning. They argue that leaders have the right to campaign for their political parties and candidates. Critics, however, believe government officials should focus first on delivering public services before asking citizens for political support. This difference of opinion reflects the wider political environment in South Sudan. As elections approach, political speeches are receiving greater public attention. Every statement made by senior officials is carefully examined by supporters and opponents alike. One speech can create praise from one group while attracting criticism from another. That is common in many democracies around the world. Another reason this visit became controversial is because of comments that minister made at an earlier youth gathering in Juba. Those remarks continued to circulate on social media and were brought back into public discussion during his recent tour. Some people strongly disagreed with those comments, while others defend them or interpreted them differently. Social media has made political debate much faster than in the past. Within minutes, speeches can spread across the country and even reach South Sudanese living abroad. Supporters share messages they agree with. Opponents highlight statements they disagree with. As a result, political discussion often become emotional and highly divided. Political experts say this shows that citizens are becoming more active in following national affairs. People are paying attention to government decisions. They are asking questions. They are expressing their opinion. This growing public participation is an important part of national dialogue, even when opinions differ sharply. At the same time, respectful discussion remains important. A strong political disagreement should not lead to violence or hatred. Many religious leaders, civil society organizations, and peace advocates continue to encourage dialogue, respect, and peaceful political competition. South Sudan has experienced many difficult years because of conflict. Many citizens now hope political competition can take place peacefully through discussion, election, and democratic institutions instead of violence. As public debate continues over the minister's visit, many citizens will likely watch closely to see whether the promises announced during the tour are followed by concrete action. People want to see schools being built, they want hospitals to open, they want roads to improve, they want farmers supported. Most importantly, they want lasting peace and better opportunities for future generations. The coming month will show whether these commitments become visible projects or remain campaign promises. That is a question many South Sudanese will continue asking. Well, as we continue our discussion, it is important to understand why the recent visit by Public Service and Human Resources Development Minister Ezekiel has generated so much public attention. The debate is not only about one speech or one political tour. It is also about trust leadership, development, and the future direction of South Sudan. Many South Sudanese have lived through years of conflict, displacement, and economic hardship. Because of this experience, citizens now pay close attention whenever government leaders make promises. People are asking one important question: will these promises bring real change, or will they remain words spoken during political meetings? This question has become common across countries, across the country. Well, today, let's talk about these kind of issues. There are a political discussion across South Sudan right now. Well, another issue receiving attention is the relationship between national leader and communities and local communities. Many rural communities feel they have waited a long time for development. Some residents said they hear promises during every political season but see little progress afterward. Others believe progress has been slowed by conflict, economic challenge, flooding, and limited government resources. Both views continue to shape public discussion. The role of young people is also becoming increasingly important. South Sudan has one of the youngest populations in Africa. Millions of young citizens hope for better education, more employment opportunities, improved health care, and lasting peace. But people are blaming the government for not providing all this. Many young people are active on social media, where political speech spread quickly. Within minutes, a speech delivered in one tone can be watched by thousands of people across the country and abroad. These have changed politics in South Sudan. Public officials now know their statement will be examined, discussed, supported, and criticized, almost immediately. Social media has given citizens a strong voice. It allows people to share opinions, ask questions, and participate in national conversation. At the same time, experts encourage users to verify the information before sharing it. False information can spread quickly online and create unnecessary confusion. But the good news is that the young people, what they do on social media, they are sharing things that are already spoken by the leader, by the politician. So everything that being shared on social media is known already or shared by the politician who give a speech. Well, responsible journalists and careful fact-checking remain important for everyone. But the government is saying that the youth should not be sharing unverified. While when you see politicians speaking, since they already know that young people can immediately capture what they are saying and discuss, they definitely know that they cannot deny the fact that the youth are already awake. So whatever the politician has discussed or said will be used against them, because youth now they are employed. They are being given policy promises that the politician do not even follow. Well, another important issue raised during recent discussion is national unity. South Sudan is home to many different communities, language, and cultures. Many religious leaders, elders, and civil society organizations continue calling for greater unity among all South Sudanese. For that reason, the elders and religious leaders, they are calling on the government to give jobs to youth and also to provide the basic need that the country needs, or what the country is looking for. They believe the country its future depend on cooperation rather than division, because people have seen that people are divided because of what the government is doing and what the opposition is doing. So national development becomes easier when communities work together toward shared goal, not when they are divided. These goals include peace, education, healthcare, agriculture, infrastructure, economic growth, and good governance. But the observer are saying that when a politician is given a speech, he should first examine what message is sending out, right? Although political leaders may disagree on policies, many citizens hope that they can work together on issues that benefit the entire country, but not spreading inflammatory language like what has been said by Ezekiel. Observe also noted that political speech often carry different meaning for different audiences. Supporters may hear hope and confidence. Critics may hear promises they believe that have not yet been fulfilled. Independent observers often focus on whether public statements are followed by measurable action. Ultimately, citizens will judge leaders based on results. These principles apply to every government official, regardless of political party. People remember completed projects, They remember improved school. They remember functioning hospital. They remember roads that connect communities. They remember policies that improve daily life. These achievements often speak louder than campaign speeches. As South Sudan moved toward another important political period, many observers say the country's greatest need remains lasting peace. Peace creates opportunities for investment. Peace allows the farmer to grow crop safely. Peace encourages business to expand. Peace allows children to attend school without interruption. Peace helps families rebuild their life. Without peace, development becomes much more difficult. For this reason, many citizens continue calling on political leaders to resolve disagreement through dialogue rather than conflict, rather than inflammatory language. They hope future political competition will focus on ideas, policies, and solutions instead of confrontation. The coming month will provide important opportunities for leaders to demonstrate their commitment to serving the people. Citizens across South Sudan will continue watching carefully. They will compare promises with action. They will evaluate progress, and they will decide for themselves which leaders have earned their confidence, not those politicians who speak inflammatory language by taking down others so that other people can follow them. In order for South Sudan to move forward, the leader should be held accountable for the action. Thank you for watching. Let's meet on the next video.